There is a profound truth hidden in the recesses of the human soul, a truth that Carl Jung hinted at in his lifelong exploration of the psyche. Not every person is meant to be helped. This is not cruelty. This is not indifference. It is the recognition that your life force, your time, and your energy are sacred. To waste them on those who cannot or will not receive them is to betray your own growth. Compassion without wisdom becomes self-destruction, and in your silent despair you realize too late that you have poured yourself out for empty vessels. You see, many are deceived by the idea that unconditional help is always virtuous. Society praises sacrifice. It applauds the one who gives until nothing is left. But Jung warned us that what is unconscious will rule our lives if we do not confront it. And so many people, blinded by their unconscious guilt, their unconscious longing to be loved, will try endlessly to save others who have no intention of being saved. Helping the wrong people is not nobility, it is shadow work ignored. It is the unconscious acting out through your need to feel useful. You are not obligated to rescue everyone. And if you do not learn this lesson, you will lose yourself in the process. There are certain types of people who, if you help them, will drag you into the abyss with them. They will not rise with your aid. They will not transform with your sacrifice. Instead, they will consume you. And Jung, with his unflinching honesty, would have told you that to give your energy away blindly is to live against the truth of individuation, against the path of becoming whole. The first type of person you must never help is the one who refuses to take responsibility for their own life. This is the person who endlessly blames others, fate, or circumstance for where they are. You may give them your time, your wisdom, your resources, yet they will return again and again with the same complaints, the same excuses, the same inertia. Jung said that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And here lies the harsh truth. People who cling to blame are deeply wedded to their unconscious patterns. They prefer the comfort of victimhood to the terror of freedom. If you try to help them, you will become their scapegoat. They will resent you when your help does not magically change their destiny. They do not want help. They want validation for their powerlessness, and so you must learn to step away. Your energy belongs to those who are ready to awaken, not to those who choose sleep. The second type of person you must never help is the one who drains you without ever replenishing. These are the takers, the emotional vampires, the ones who smile in your presence only to absorb your light and leave you in darkness. They mistake your kindness for weakness, your generosity for obligation. Helping them is like pouring water into a bottomless pit. No matter how much you give, it will never be enough. Jung would call this the devouring shadow, the part of humanity that consumes instead of creates. You cannot heal those who are addicted to your energy because their very survival depends on keeping you weak. The more you give, the more they demand. And soon you will forget who you are outside of their need. Protect yourself. Recognize when helping has turned into enabling. Realize that love must flow in reciprocity, not in endless depletion. If you keep giving to those who cannot give back, you will eventually become empty, and an empty soul cannot help anyone, not even itself. The third type of person you must never help is the one who refuses to learn. You may speak truth into their life, yet it will fall on deaf ears. You may show them the path, yet they will turn away and return to the comfort of their suffering. Jung understood that people do not change because of advice. They change because of inner confrontation. They change when the pain of remaining the same is greater than the fear of transformation. Until then, they will resist every lesson. These are the people who ask for your guidance, only to ignore it. They nod at your wisdom, but secretly dismiss it. They choose the familiar misery over the unknown possibility. Helping them is an illusion because they are not ready to face themselves. They may even mock you, ridicule your sincerity, or resent your insight. Remember, truth is unbearable to the unconscious. Until they awaken to their own desire for growth, your words and actions are wasted breath. You must let them walk their own path even if it leads to suffering. For some, suffering is the only teacher they will ever heed. The fourth type of person you must never help is the one who manipulates your compassion. These individuals weaponize your kindness, exploiting your empathy for their own gain. They play the role of the helpless, the broken, the desperate, yet behind their facade lies calculation. They know that you are driven by conscience, by a deep moral code, and they use it to bind you. Jung warned that the shadow is not always grotesque. Sometimes it wears the mask of innocence. Sometimes it appears as weakness, designed to lure in the rescuer. Helping such people does not elevate them, it empowers their deception, it makes you complicit in their games. And in the end, you are left betrayed, questioning your own goodness. Protect your heart, see through appearances. Compassion is noble, but discernment is essential. Do not confuse being kind with being blind. If someone is exploiting you, your duty is not to save them, but to stop them. The fifth type of person you must never help is the one who has made peace with their own destruction. These are the people who are in love with their chaos, who find identity in their suffering, who cling to their addictions, their rage, their despair as if it were treasure. They are the self-saboteurs, the ones who laugh at every attempt to lift them higher, because they have chosen the abyss as their home. Helping them is like trying to teach a drowning man how to swim while he drags you beneath the water. Jung said that some people do not want to heal because healing threatens who they believe they are. To them, their wounds are sacred, their misery is familiar, their pain is proof of existence. They do not want freedom. They want to romanticize their chains. And if you persist in helping them, they will destroy not only themselves, but also you. The hardest truth of all is this: some people will not be saved because they do not wish to be saved. To help them is to waste your precious life on those who have rejected their own. So what does this mean for you? Does it mean that you must turn cold, indifferent, hardened? No, it means you must become discerning. You must recognize that true compassion requires wisdom, not blind sacrifice. To help the wrong person is not love, it is unconsciousness. It is to play the role of savior when no salvation is possible. Jung would remind you that your first duty is individuation, becoming whole, becoming yourself, becoming what your soul demands. You cannot walk that path if you are endlessly entangled in the dramas of those who refuse to walk their own. You must learn to honor your boundaries. You must learn that saying no to those who drain you is saying yes to your own growth. You must understand that the greatest help you can sometimes give is to step away, to let life teach its harsh lessons. You are not the redeemer of all souls. You are not the eternal rescuer. You are a human being with limited time, limited energy, and a sacred destiny. Protect it. Do not give it away carelessly. The world will tell you to be selfless. The world will tell you to always help. But wisdom whispers a different truth. Help only those who are ready to rise. Help only those who meet your hand with their own. Help only those who recognize your humanity, not those who exploit it. The path of consciousness demands courage, and one of the greatest acts of courage is to walk away from those who would keep you trapped in unconscious cycles. So remember these 5. Never help those who refuse responsibility. Never help those who only drain you. Never help those who refuse to learn. Never help those who manipulate your compassion. Never help those who have chosen their own destruction. For in protecting yourself from them, you are not being cruel. You are honoring the sacred balance of life. Jung once said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." And I will tell you this, the most liberating thing is to realize that you are not responsible for everyone else. Your energy is divine. Guard it fiercely. Use it wisely. And give it only to those who are willing to transform with it. That is how you truly help the world, not by trying to save the unsavable, but by aligning with those who are ready to awaken. And when you do, you will find that your life is no longer a desperate attempt to pour yourself into bottomless cups. Instead, it becomes a symphony of growth, where your help nourishes, your energy uplifts, and your compassion creates real transformation. You were not born to carry everyone. You were born to become whole. And in becoming whole, you inspire others to do the same. That is the highest form of help you can ever give.